Welcome to this lesson on measures of variation. In statistics, knowing the average isn't always enough. Today, we are going to learn how to measure the spread or dispersion of a dataset using three key concepts: the range, variance, and standard deviation. Why do we care about variation? Look at these two groups. Both have an average value of 50, but in Group A, the numbers are all bunched up close to 50. In Group B, they are spread far apart from 10 to 90. If we only looked at the mean, we would think these groups are the same, but they are clearly very different. Measures of variation tell us this missing part of the story. The first and simplest measure is the range. The range is just the total distance between the lowest and highest values in your data. To find it, you simply take the maximum value and subtract the minimum value. For example, if your data goes from 2 to 18, the range is 16. However, the range has a major weakness. It is very sensitive to outliers. Imagine a group of data clustered around 100, but there is a single value at 900. That one outlier stretches the range enormously, making it look like the data is very spread out, even though most of it is actually close together. Because it ignores the middle values, the range can be misleading. To get a more accurate picture, we need a measure that considers every single data point. This is where variance comes in. Conceptually, variance measures the average squared distance of each point from the mean. It asks, on average, how far away is each number from the center? Here is the logic for calculating variance. First, you find the mean. Then, you subtract the mean from each number to find the deviation. Next, and this is important, you square each result. We do this to get rid of negative numbers so they don't cancel each other out. Finally, you take the average of those squared numbers. But there is a catch with variance. Because we squared the numbers, the units are also squared. If you are measuring height in meters, the variance is in square meters, which is confusing. To fix this, we simply take the square root of the variance. This gives us the standard deviation. It brings the number back to the original units, making it much easier to understand. Standard deviation is often represented by the Greek letter sigma. In a normal distribution, or bell curve, it acts like a yardstick. A key rule to remember is that about 68% of all data falls within one standard deviation of the mean. A small standard deviation means the curve is tall and narrow. A large one means it is flat and wide. You will often see two slightly different formulas. If you have data for the entire population, you divide by n, the total count. But if you only have a sample or a small part of the group, you divide by n-1. This is a mathematical correction to make the estimate more accurate for the whole population. Let's summarize. The range is easy to calculate but too sensitive to outliers. Variance is more precise but uses squared units that are hard to interpret. Standard deviation is the best of both worlds. It uses all the data and is in the original units. That is why standard deviation is the most common measure of spread in statistics.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.